Hello friends and welcome. Katy here. Thanks so much for stopping by. I am back with another project for Imagine Crafts, and today I'm doing some really cute gift card holders. And we got three different little designs using several stamps. I've even got one here that is a bit three-dimensional with a poinsettia flower. And so I'm using the Mama Elephant Venice Envelope Creative Cut. So I just cut that out with some watercolor paper here. I'm going to show you that in just a second. I chose watercolor paper because I initially wasn't sure what I was going to do. I know I was going to do some ink smushing with the poinsettias. Those are from Waffle Flower. The snowflakes I'm not going to use, but I am going to use several of these stamp sets here. And I'll talk about those as we go through. I've got several Memento inks. I'm going to use some Delicata ink as well. And so to start, I'm going to just take some Love Letter and Ladybug and smush it down onto my craft mat here, my glass mat. I think I started with Love Letter and little clear water is all I'm doing, and I'm just smushing the poinsettia leaves in to that ink. And then this one I think is Ladybug. Again, just layering up the reds that I have in my stash. And I'm okay if I don't get full coverage. So, it just gives us a little bit of dimension and depth. And I really like these. Now this is Rhubarb Stalk. And again, a little bit of water. And dipping those in because I just want a little bit deeper of a color variation. And I am not drying these leaves in between. So just going through and applying ink. You can dry them, but I just figured they're so small I didn't really need to do that. Now I'm taking a little bit of that Rhubarb Stalk in dry. I'm not adding any additional water so that I can get a little bit more detail, a little bit, some more splotches onto those leaves to, just again, give a little bit of color variation. That's all that I'm trying to do here with our ink smushing. Now I'm going to let those dry and I'm going to come in and start with the Snowflake gift card holder. And so coming in with Summer Sky and ink blending. Now I do want to mention that you can see that my mat is shaking, my camera's shaking. I'm in the process of redoing my craft room, and so I'm just kind of makeshifting spaces to film. But by next video that should be corrected. Now I'm coming in with Teal Zeal. Now Teal Zeal, I'm at the top of the envelope because I want it to be dark. We're trying to create like a little night sky scene. So using Summer Sky there at the bottom for the lightness. And then I did add a little bit of Teal Zeal, just what was left on my blending brush there at the bottom. And now I'm coming in with Nautical Blue and filling that and just bringing it about halfway down, keeping in mind that this folds up. So you do want to make sure you bring that down into the main square of this die cut so that, you'll have a nice color blend variation as you go down the envelope. And so finally, I'm going to come in, I'm going to do a little bit more Nautical Blue because I needed to bring that down a little bit more. And then the last color that we'll come in with is Paris Dusk to deepen everything up. And just using all that excess ink that I have on my glass mat. And here we are with our Paris Dusk. And that's going to deepen it up just enough to give us a nice dark evening sky. I guess not too dark. You could put black if you wanted it darker. Blend in a little black Memento ink there to deepen it up. Okay, so now I'm going to do some stamping, and I thought I'd do a tone on tone. So I'm actually using, I think it's the Christmas Cheer stamp set, has all the snowflakes. I thought about using the dies that I had shown at the beginning, but I changed my mind and decided to do a tone on tone stamping. So I'll be using Delicata Sapphire Blue ink for that. It'll give a nice soft subtle shimmer, and it's bold enough to be able to pop on this blue background. Now, once I'll stamp this twice, and then I will take those smaller stamps and fill in the bottom part, just so that the snowflakes are kind of trailing down that whole left side of the envelope. And I think I only stamped these once going down because it didn't really need to be stamped twice. And I really like these little gift cards. I've had this little die set, in my stash for a lot of years. And, it's nice to be able to pull out things that you've had for a long time. And these stamp sets, I actually hadn't had a chance to use them last Christmas. So being able to take these larger, so look in your stash, see what you have for larger, focal images. This comes from the Magic of Christmas. So there was actually some pine trees and stuff. But here I'm actually using the point of the Dewdrop ink pads to really focus in and color that pine cone brown using rich cocoa, and then the pine leaves, pine needles with northern pine. So I love the Memento inks because they actually let you, at least the Dewdrops, really let you get in and add some detail. Now my envelope moved, so I needed to add a little bit more stamping to complete that stem there. So it's going to be a little haloed double stamping, but it doesn't look too bad. Now, this is the Sending Christmas Cheer that comes from the Christmas Cheer stamp set, and I inked that twice with Northern Pine. And this stamp comes from the Confetti stamp set from Mama Elephant, and I stamped that with Ladybug. And this, I'm going to do the poinsettia that comes in the Magic of Christmas. So I'm just pulling stamps from both of those stamp sets from Simon Says Stamp and Mama Elephant to fill in. And I thought instead of just doing a 3D flower, that poinsettia, I'd do some stamping and some second generation stamping with a poinsettia and place it over the top so it kind of fills in those gaps. And the sentiment there I'm stamping comes from the Magic of Christmas, and I'm stamping that in Northern Pine too, twice. So it's a really nice, it's almost like black, honestly, but it's a great deep dark green, and of course coordinates really well with red. Now the poinsettia die, the layering die, it actually has the slits in the center, so it helps you to fold them so that you can actually, bend the leaves and really get a three-dimensional look. Now, I didn't have any, I can't even think of it, like the Pico embellisher. So I just used a drop of my Golden Glitz Delicata, and it's pretty thick. It's going to take a while to dry. If you ever do that, because you just don't have stuff, then throw a little clear embossing powder on that. I'll probably end up having to do that off camera, but great, perfect little touch there in the center. Now I'm showing you this because I put too much adhesive to close my envelope, and this Tear It tape from Imagine rolls easily down to be able to remove some of it. So I just wanted to show you that. So if you ever put too much of that Tear It tape on, you can easily take it off just by taking your fingernail and then your thumb and rolling it down. But that finishes up these little gift card envelopes. I hope you enjoyed. I think they're really cute and perfect for any occasion. We just did these for the holidays, but these will be great for any type of gift giving occasion. And that finishes it up. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Be sure and check the description box below for all the products used. And thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you in the next video.